Okay, just bear with me 2 seconds. I need to set this up. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, right, so I can get rid of that. Okay, thank you, Christina, for the chat. Okay, I'll just put that up there. Zoom that down. Okay, right. So how is everybody? How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. And you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. So what have you been up to?
Are you that? Only school methods.
Only school?
Yeah.
Because it's the season. It's the season. So did you do anything in the break? Did you do anything in at the
Not me.
carnival break? No?
No, I didn't do anything. No.
Okay. What about you, Christina? Did you do anything? Did you go anywhere?
No, well, just working in the mountains as usual. But I tried to find some time and start to revise some of the first lessons, some of your first lessons in English. Because sometimes I listen to everything, but I can't retain it in my mind. So I tried to revise some words and something that you taught us.
So did you take some notes, or how, when you revise, what do you do?
Yes, for me, it's really essential to take down some notes and even to draw some easy maps. Because just listening or speaking, for me, for my behavior, it's not enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the you have to process it, and it's a way of processing. Yeah. I know. I'm the same. I don't retain stuff that that people just say to me. I have to.
And I also create a file. I copy some notes and I put it and attached it in the file. But even it's not enough for me. It's important to write it down with the pen, pencil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's the way. It's the way. Past. Yeah, it's the old way. Yeah, write it out 100 times. Yeah.
And repeat.
Yeah. I wonder about people who how people are able to remember things which let's say you maybe only hear once or twice, or and in a way that's part of the problem with this level, because you start to come across vocabulary and ideas and stuff which you only hear every so often or occasionally, and so it's not so constant, let's say. Okay, so what about Sandra in Piemonte? Microphone.
Yes. I'm okay, thank you.
Did
We
you
didn't
do
have
it?
any break. We
Sorry,
didn't have any break.
no
We
break.
didn't have, no.
Do you not do carnival in Piemonte?
Some schools do, but we didn't.
Ah,
So
okay. Yeah. Well, so it's, hi, Valentina. So it's more,
Hi.
maybe it's more like a Veneto thing. I don't know.
in Veneto, you don't have carnival holiday?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Ah,
I didn't, but yes, the schools do. I spent
In Marche, not too much because of COVID, so we didn't have party and we did normal lesson. Maybe just a bit more enjoyable, but not a party.
not too enjoyable.
No, any mask, because if children takes masks or dress masks, then they get more excited and there's more crowded.
Yeah, the thing with I suppose the thing with the COVID masks is that they're on the wrong half of the face. It's
yeah. That was a perfect excuse to dress the mask.
Yeah. Okay. Did you dress up, Valentina?
No,
No,
at all.
not at all. Okay. What about Emanuela? Did you have a good break last week, or did you not have a break at all?
I had a break, but I spent it doing a lot of things, so a lot of school things and other kind of things. So I didn't rest too much, and I had to do correct tests, something like that. Some very nice pleasures like that. So no, it's okay. But of course, it was better to have to correct tests staying at home instead of to have to correct tests and having also lessons. So
yeah. I can imagine.
At least it's something less. At least.
Sorry, yeah, of course. Gordon, sorry, I wanted to tell you, Francesco asked me to tell that today he couldn't come because of school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
We've got everybody the same pathology.
Abbiamo I consigli di classe.
Yeah.
The same pathology for everybody.
Yeah, it's the season. It's the season.
No, it's school. The pathology is school. I mean, we are so busy because of school meetings and all the stuff. So we've got the same pathology. That's why I wasn't in your lesson for 2 times, you know.
Yeah.
The same that the other people who are teaching.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I understand completely. Okay, and we've got Beatrice there.
Hi, everybody.
Now, hold on. Now, just one thing. There's some background something. Maybe it's stopped. I don't know what it is. No, it's stopped now. Okay. No, it hasn't stopped. It's still going.
No. It's like a TV.
Yeah, it's like a television or a radio or something. Has it stopped? Yes, maybe. Okay, so right, I've just put something up on the chat. Okay, now I was actually I had a panic last week because I was thinking Thursday and so I opened the Zoom chat and of course no one was there.
I was looking for the link and I couldn't see the link.
And so I sent a message to Caroline. Said, "Where's the link?" Or to Agnese. "Where's the link?"
With Caroline.
Where's the link? And she said, "There isn't any lesson today."
Yes. You should continue
I sent one email both to Stefano and Caroline complaining for that, because why did you send the link? And
yes.
and
I'm
so-
trying to find out the size.
So anyway, so the stuff that the date on the file is the 3rd, because it was actually last week. But anyway, okay. So
and
what?
are you okay, Gordon, with your health? I mean,
Sorry?
last time you had some flu or something like that with your health, or were you allergic?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Now, it's funny because I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that they have an allergy,
Yes.
which is a bit weird because it's still early. Having said that, there are some trees are starting to the really early trees, like the catkins and stuff. They're starting to put out the inflorescences, and so I don't know.
You were very. How do you say? How do you say?
Sort of stuffed up nose.
Okay.
Sort of quite stuffy. Yeah.
Stuffy.
Yeah, it's just I keep sniffling and but I'm okay. If anything, it's more to do with my
Is stuffy like that?
Sorry.
What I wrote, stuffy is like
stuffy.
What I wrote.
Yeah.
Stuffy.
So you could say stuffed up nose.
Okay.
Sort of like, it's like closed. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those days today. My the gear cable on my bike broke, and it was stuck in 5th or the 6th gear. It was stuck in the high gear, so it was like a real pain to try and when you stop at the traffic lights and you had to start again. It's like
Struck.
just too much work. Anyway, I'm going to fix that this evening. Hopefully, it'll be ready for tomorrow. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Let's just see if I can get this to. Is it this one? Yes, I think it is. Okay. Right. Let's move that over there. Okay. Now participants can now see your screen. You should be able to see this. Okay. Okay, so that's the usual stuff. Okay, yeah, okay, now I remember what I was doing here. It was just talking about pictures. Talking about pictures. Now, I think different people have different views on different tastes, okay? But just some let's say some ideas about how you would describe the pictures, whether you like them or not. That's a different question. We can talk about that as well. So maybe you could say which is your favorite, or which do you prefer, which do you like, and for what reason. Yeah. And maybe the picture that you really like is not here, but of course that just that could be now. So, what do you think, Christina? Which of these pictures do you prefer? Do you like?
This time I would prefer the last one with the big wave. Because
so this is Hokusai. Yeah.
Okay, probably from a Japanese painter.
It's not probably. It is.
Okay, sorry.
It is.
Okay,
it's the Great Wave of is it Kanagawa? Yeah. But it's yes, it's Hokusai. Yeah.
And probably in other moments of my life, I wouldn't choose it, but during these days, I'm so upset about the information that comes from Europe. So this is a representation of my, how can I say, or what I think during these moments.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's no stability.
Your state.
Your
Yes,
state of
yes,
mind.
my statement. Oh, my state of mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's just I was just looking. I just realised. I mean, I must have done this unconsciously because I literally I tried to choose 6 pictures completely at random. But I realised now that I think apart from this one, I think I've actually seen of them. I think I've seen them all in real life because there was an exhibition in Bologna about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago at Christmas time, of Japanese prints. It was a fantastic exhibition, and they had one of these, and it's surprising because it's about this big. You know, you have this idea that it's going to be huge, but it's like this big. Yeah, it's just like it's like tiny, maybe a little bit bigger than that, but it's not much bigger than an A4 piece of paper. Okay, yeah. So what about Valentina? What do you like? What do you think?
I would say the same because of the presence of the mountains and the sea in the meantime, and snow as white as the waves, you know. So it's very complete as a painting. Complete and opposite at the same time, like so I like it very much. And also the one you named, the one like
this one.
Night sky and stars.
Night sky. It's a starry night. It's
yeah. I don't know the name in English, but I know that painting in Italian.
La nottata stellata,
because this one was maybe the one that an author choose for the how do you say, the first page of the book, copertina, front page.
The cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like Veronica decide di morire from Baricco, maybe. It was with that painting in the cover.
Okay.
So it's very reminding me that book. And
yeah. Now I did. Now can I just, because the more you look at this, the more you look at these, can you see the similarity?
Maybe just blue.
Well, no, it's the forms. It's the forms.
Yeah, not only, and also the color. The main color is blue.
Because
the shape.
Yeah, because apparently, because Van Gogh was painting 1880s, 1890s, yes. And that was when
modern.
A lot of Japanese art was arriving in Europe, and I read that we have this idea. I mean, okay, Japanese art; these are prints. Okay, so printmaking is a particular art form, and it's done in a particular way, and the way you think about the image is it's different to a classical painting. It's more like photography, the way you compose the images. Yes. But apparently, when Japan opened up to Western trade, to the US and Europe in terms of trade, they were sending porcelain and stuff to Europe, wrapped in prints, in Japanese print. It's like newspaper. It was as if it were newspaper, because these things, they just had loads of them. You just used them all the time for all sorts of stuff. And so a lot of these things a lot of images came to Europe, not as framed pictures, but as wrapping paper. Yeah, it's and if we think about it now, it's just like, good Lord, so there was a lot of influence that, but this is a masterwork of composition. I don't know whether you've noticed, this is Mount Fuji. It's actually from a series, the 44 views of Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji's here. Can you see it's repeated here?
Yeah.
It's just a masterful piece of, and the wave takes you around and you arrive at Mount Fuji. It's just a phenomenal piece of composition. It's it's brilliant. Okay, sorry, it's just
It's something like almost complementary.
Yeah,
almost, you know.
It's a very strong, very strong piece of composition.
Gordon,
okay.
Excuse me. Are you fond of pictures and art? Are you fond of?
Yeah. I mean, I go to exhibitions if there's anything interesting coming around. Actually, there's for anyone who might be near Milan over the next few months, there is an exhibition of a guy called Joachim Sorolla. I'll put his name on the chat, and I really recommend going to see this, in the sense that I haven't seen it myself, but I know that I'm going, and I've seen the paintings that are being presented.
That should be Joaquin Sorolla.
Yeah, Sorolla. Yeah. Because he's a painter who more or less disappeared, in the sense that he disappeared from public view, but now he's being reevaluated from the time of around the Impressionists, a little bit later. But his way of capturing light is just unbelievable. He was known as the painter of light, and so it's well worth. He was also well known as a portraitist. So I think that's probably something that I would definitely be going there. I think it's on until June. It's February to June in the Palazzo Reale, forse. Yeah, Palazzo Reale. Okay. Anyway.
There
Please
is
just
exhibition.
Sorry, Sandra.
There is an exhibition on Kandinsky in Rovigo, but I read this morning that Russian people asked for the pieces of art back, but even Vittorio Scarpi said it's not correct, because the exhibition is already on, and till the end of the exhibition, they are not going to give them back to Russian. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, good Lord. Yeah, I mean, where do I mean, this isn't really the place for discussion around this, but it's like, where do you draw the line with these things? Because I read something just the other day of a concert, a Tchaikovsky concert being cancelled in the UK.
Yeah.
Because of Europe and USA.
I mean, should I throw away all my CDs of Shostakovich because I really like Shostakovich? You know, no. I just find, it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but I don't like Kandinsky anyway, to be honest with you. But apart from that, okay. But Sandra, what do you think? Which of these pictures would you go for? Which ones do you like?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm boring, but I like the two ones, the big wave and
these two.
And yes,
and the Starry Night. Yeah, they're quite striking, aren't they?
Yes, I like the movement. I can feel in the big wave, and even in the sky, even. There is there is a sweet movement, and the colors as well. Of course, I love water. I love water, so I couldn't fail to love the big wave, the big Japanese wave. But the Starry Night has very beautiful colors as well.
Yeah.
I like the yellow oranges. Did you say yellowish? Or...
Yeah, yellowish. I think probably you would say you would say yellow tones rather.
Yellow tones.
Yeah, because yellowish is a bit sort of weak, and it's sort of it's a bit yellowish. So it's like white, which has got a bit of yellow in it. But you'd probably talk about tone or tones here.
Gordon, when you say for instance, yellowish or greenish, when you add ish at the end of the color, is it because you want to be diminishing?
Yeah. Okay. So yes. Okay. So if we're talking about something like colors, okay, you'd say, okay, it's white with a little bit of yellow. It's sort of yellowish. Okay, so it implies like a really, really small amount of yellow. Okay, if you are talking about something which is not colors, I'm just trying to think of an example.
Meet at 10ish, like about
10ish.
10.
It's sort of about
10.
About 10ish, 12ish, around about. Yeah.
Can you write it, please?
Ci vediamo intorno alle 10, tipo, no?
Yeah.
A 10ish, a 10ish.
Ok.
Sulle 10, un po' ci vediamo sulle 10.
Sì. Ok. Well, I never heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, ish is used to sort of so you say yellowish. It's white with a little bit of yellow in it. Okay, so it's sort of white but not really. But it can also be. It can also. Sorry, Valentina.
Maybe ish means something that is not so much defined. Like 10ish is not 10 o'clock, and yellowish is not yellow properly.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe it's something.
It's sort of
smoky.
It's sort of a bit, let's say, vague. Yeah. Okay.
But Gordon, do you say, okay, we're going to meet at 10ish? At 10ish?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you're more likely to say, "Oh, we'll eat around 10ish." Yeah,
round 10.
Yeah. What time should I come? What time should I come? Come to dinner? 7ish. Yeah.
I haven't heard it before. 7ish.
It's a very British English thing to say, so you wouldn't normally come across it in, let's say, the typical school materials and stuff. It's very colloquial. Yeah,
but not rude anyway.
No.
Just rhetorical.
No.
In Italian at school they would say see you alle 10, but if you say sulle 10 is more informal.
Right, okay.
And it is similar, no?
Yeah. Sulle 10, alle 10 10.
It's correct, alle 10. At school they would teach to say alle 10. Ci vediamo alle 10. But if you say sulle 10 is something like informal that people saying. Not slang, but colloquial.
Yeah, it's just a more informal way of talking about it. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay.
An information. Can I use the plural of information? Please,
a piece of information. No.
Okay.
My.
Yeah. Thank you. I was very
never
doting about that.
And also, hold on, Valentina, you don't ask for an information, you ask for a piece of information.
You ask for a piece?
A piece of information.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you give me some information? A piece of information.
A piece like a pezzo.
Okay. Or can you give me some information? Okay.
Yes.
Or can you give me information about? Okay, but not an information. You can't have an information.
Which is the same for news, a piece of news.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I can't have a news. Okay, makes no sense. Okay. So, Beatrice, what do you?
Okay, of course, I can choose.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take these two.
Not
I'm
the
going to take
Starry
them out.
Night.
Okay?
Yes, you're right. I'm not very fond of the Kiriko, but anyway, I have to choose this one. Okay, it's very
Which one?
The melting clocks. How do you call this?
The orologi flosci, the Dali.
How do you, yeah. It's Dali, it's not the Kiriko, you're right.
No, this is Dali.
Dali. Yeah, I'm not very fond of Dali. Yes, it's very futuristic, metaphoric. I don't know why. I'm not very fond of this dramatic scene. The landscape is so surreal, without any air. It's breathless. I mean, it's suffocating. Yeah. I kind of this scene is very, what can I say, enigmatic. It's very full of tragedy, because there's no air, there's no plants. The water is all at the horizon, and there is a tree, very bare tree, and the melting, how do you say, melting clocks?
Melting clocks, yes.
Clocks, yes, they give you a sense of time flowing down. I don't know how to say about this.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what he was intending to try and, let's say, communicate or provoking people.
Yes, provoking people.
This idea of time, which is sort of
it
just flows away.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, it's the print is very strong. He's a very strong painter, and yes, probably this painting is very touchy, because it gives you a sense of anxiety, right? A sense of useless, a sense of disaster.
Decadence.
I don't know. Decadence, you're right. Yeah. Is it futuristic?
Sorry?
The flow is like decadency.
The cadence.
Yes, I mean la corrente, il decadentismo.
Okay, decadence.
Surrealismo, I think, no, Gordon?
Sorry?
Surrealista.
Yeah, he was a surrealist. He was a surrealist.
How do you say in literature? How do you say in literature decadentism? Do you say?
I've got no idea, because I don't know anything about literature other than it's a set of words.
Maybe the opposite with graphic art.
I think aesthetism, Gordon. Isn't it Oscar Wilde aesthetism? Decadentismo is aesthetism in English.
Yeah, it could be. It's just that I don't know. I don't really know much about the let's say the various currents in literature.
Okay. What did you say, Manuela? Excuse me.
L'equivalente del decadentismo is estetismo. Wismas, Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde.
Yes.
Okay.
And about the first two paintings we dealt with, maybe it's like the category is Planet Earth is blue. Because they are both blue, and they sound to me like that, you know.
Has anyone here seen this? This is obviously Venus on the half shell, Botticelli. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
This is a phenomenal painting.
It's Venus.
When you see it live, it's just no photograph can possibly do it justice.
Yeah.
It's
and it's so big that it covers all the wall. So it's, you know, it seems that you enter inside the paint.
Yeah, no, I mean it's really, and it's, if I remember correctly, it's not. It's near the Primavera in the same museum, and it's in the Uffizi.
Yeah, they are on two walls, I think,
Yeah,
in the same.
It's overpowering, but yeah, it's now. So I suppose no one's really said anything about
Poor guy.
Now let's have a look at this one.
Yeah.
This
Anyway,
one.
the fourth has water. No, the fourth.
This one.
The four have water as main theme as well, because Venus and the one of Dali and the Japanese and the, how do you say, the shout, l'urlo,
the scream,
the scream of Munch have the water, all the, it's like river or sea or you know, it's very watery paintings. How do you say watery?
Yeah, you could say there's a sort of a theme of there's an aqueous theme here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay? So what do people think about this?
It seems like Dostoevsky.
I'm asking, sorry, which one? Which one?
This one.
The Scream.
The Scream.
Monk.
It reminds me to Dostoevsky novel, like Along the River.
It reminds you
like,
about. It reminds me about, or it reminds me of.
Yeah. About Dostoevsky novel. It is like the meeting of Lisa along the river as a scene. But
which novel is that?
Is the White Nights. But Lisa shouldn't have such a look, so screamy look, I suppose. But the scene is like something like that, something French or Russian or I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Has anyone seen this live? No. I saw that.
Where is it, Gordon? Where is it? I can't remember. Do you remember where it is?
It got stolen.
Sorry?
It got stolen. It's in the Museum in Oslo, or it was.
No, okay.
Yeah, I saw it a few months before it got stolen.
And where it was before?
Sorry?
Where was it before?
No, it's always been in the Munch Museum.
Okay.
It's in Oslo. Very, very, very powerful place in terms of angst.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, when you see it, you can feel that this guy was really trying to exorcise the demons.
Yes.
No, really, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And the colors, of course, are very very attractive.
I think it has to be very impressive when you are in front of it.
Yeah. There is. And then we've got this
guy. Poor guy.
Rembrandt. And I don't know whether, I think if you go to
self-portrait.
Palazzo Rosso in Geneva, I think there are a couple of Rembrandts, and he was one of those artists who he painted self-portraits for himself throughout his life, and there are self-portraits. There's also drawings, self-portraits from when he was young, middle-aged, and here he is as an old man. And this is it's a remarkable piece of painting. You really have I think it transmits a sense of someone who's lived and seen, and it's just I really like this painting. Okay, so So these are things that I've chosen. But what would you choose?
It's so difficult to choose.
What would you choose? Sandra in Piemonte. What would your favorite painting be? Microphone.
Everybody shut up immediately.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. You can. I think you can switch the microphones on actually, because I think.
I would have chosen. Gordon, I wanted to say to you, I would have chosen Van Gogh, The Starry Night, because I have it in my bedroom, and I asked to some people because I wanted to paint all the wall behind my bed with this picture. But unfortunately, I couldn't find somebody
who would do it.
Yeah. Probably you can find some paper, something like that, some wallpaper. I don't know the name. But
yeah, I think so.
The same. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
But it isn't the same. I really wanted it painted on the wall. And
it's not the same. Maybe there's not so big as entire wall. Maybe.
Yeah, no. I found a guy. He worked in painting the walls, but I mean not doing pictures, but simply painting. And he told me that there was the possibility to attach this poster, but the whole part to the whole wall, to the whole.
Yeah, because I think there's a whole. There's a whole, let's say, industry now for if you have a picture that you like, you can get it printed on wallpaper. Yeah, and you can put it on your wall, and they do they do big spaces. I think if you go on to the companies that do printing, or the online printing, so your posters or whatever, they do this sort of stuff as well. They do wallpaper now.
Yeah, but I wanted it painted, not
okay. Well, that's a different thing.
And I really like very much that kind of picture. I like Van Gogh in general, but I like very much this one because I like movement. So in this picture, nothing is fixed. Nothing is
static.
Yes.
And also I really love blue. So for blue, yellow, oranges, something like that. So for me, it's really incredible, this paint. And I also have read not a romance, not a novel. It was there were letters that Van Gogh wrote to his brother Theodore. And it was really incredible to me, for me, to read what Van Gogh was writing. Sorry, for example, he continually asked about money to buy colors, and he repeated and repeated all different kind of pictures. So normally people think it's like, for example, a picture like this. It's like improvisation. It's,
improvisation. No.
Improvisation. Yeah.
No.
Instead, if you read that, you really understand that
there's a whole thought. I mean, it's like Munch. You have lots of different versions of the same painting, and he's trying to understand which is the best way to represent what he feels or what he sees. And it's a whole process of. It's a very, very different way of, let's say, painting compared to, for example, Botticelli. Yeah. It's a very different thought process. It's interesting. Okay, so you would stick with the Starry Night. What about you, Beatrice? What would you do? What's your favorite painting? Not necessarily the ones here.
Oh, okay, the Japanese, of course. This one, the Japanese one. I'll do the wave. I'll do you. the title of this painting is?
This
I
one.
couldn't catch.
This
Yes,
is
the Japanese.
If I remember correctly, it's called The Great Wave.
The Great Wave. Yes, it's great.
I think it's Kanagawa. It's called
Kanagawa. Yes.
But it's actually from a series of prints, which are views of Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji, yeah, that is great because it's so soft, and at the same time there is a kind of energy, strong energy, and kindness at the same time. Yeah, it's very touchy and modern, and there is this the strength of the wave is so high, so impressive, and the little boat under the wave.
You've got the two boats
floating up and down. It's a very dynamic picture. It's a very very dynamic image.
Maybe it is so strongful.
So strong.
Maybe it is so strongful.
No, strong.
No, strong. Okay. Maybe it is so strong. Also because that mountain over there maybe is a volcano. So maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe the energy from underground gives the sense of
I don't know. I mean, I think I have the idea that it's to do with the composition. It's the way he's put the image together.
Okay.
Because the way the composition in terms of you've got the movement which is repeated. Okay, you've got it here and then it's repeated here, and it's emphasized by the boat. Okay.
The same shape.
You've got the shape. The shape. It sort of continues round. The composition is just phenomenal. It really is. Just.
I mean, I'm not sure you hear what I told about.
No, I did.
Okay.
I did. And you're thinking about the
volcano?
Power of the volcano.
Volcano. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I don't know. I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's say my view is I tend to look at the way things are put together in paintings, the composition of stuff. But it's this is the Japanese prints, particularly this type of print, Hokusai Hiroshiga. There's a way of building the image which is like it's like modern photography. It's really quite special. Okay, right, Christina, do you have a favorite picture? Not necessarily these, or something that you like yourself.
Well, I think that I haven't got just one favorite painter, but I love art. So apart from this pandemic period, I usually go to visit art exhibition as much as I can, even in Italy, but also around Europe. For me, it's very, very important because it's both a relaxing moment, but even an occasion for me to learn something more about the feelings that some pictures gave me.
Okay. Okay. So right. So there you go. Some sort of paintings to think about. Tell you what you could do next time. This is it's not really homework, but if you feel like it, each of you could sort of find something that you like and bring it, talk about it, say why you like it, what's interesting about it, what you find attractive. I think that could be a useful Dimmi.
Excuse me, may I ask you something more about the question of information? Because I think maybe that if you say, can you give me some information, please, as you told before. But if you ask, did you catch any information about something? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the important thing is that you don't treat it as if it's a thing that you can count. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not plural, and you cannot count. So
yeah, you get
also...
you pour some milk, you find some information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can also say, please, if you have any information, tell me.
Yeah, fine.
Like any news.
The
same, no?
Yeah. Yeah. So the important thing is to not treat it as if there are informations.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay. Right. Okay. I tell you what, let's just take this. Okay. Right. So what I was trying to do here is trying to find some exercises, more of these exercises on finding the right word. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll give you a few minutes. I don't know whether you can see this now. I think I put it on the chat, so everyone should be able to get it from the chat, I think. Yes, maybe. I'll tell you what, I'll put it on the chat again, maybe. Just 2 seconds. Goes. Right, it's just coming through for those of you who maybe didn't catch it before. So I'll give you a few minutes just to have a look at this, and then we'll walk through it. Okay. Let's see if I can. That's better.
Excuse me, Gordon, please.
Yeah.
What does it mean, beaten? The fourth A.
Fourth one, beaten. Okay, let me just have a look at the context. Okay. Okay, in this case, it's to beat something is colpire.
Colpire. Okay.
Yeah, but what it's doing is it's actually part of a phrasal that you have to consider the up here. Okay, so you combine these, and you have 4 different phrasals, only one of which is correct in this context. Okay.
Yeah. I just realized now that each item has 4 options, because I was reading all together and they said, oh, there is a lot of choices.
No, 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 no.
So
Each one has
very
4 options.
simpler. It is simpler than what I was thinking. Oh my God. I also don't know the word cheered and greeted.
Which one? Cheered.
7, 8, and 7C. Cheered and
Okay,
greeted.
Christina's waving.
Go.
Have you finished? Are you going?
7 and 9.
Devi andare?
No,
No.
sorry.
No.
Sorry, Jordan.
Really?
No, I can't see 7 and 8 items.
Really?
I don't
Because
know
I've got it on full screen. Okay, and you should be able to see all of my screen. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stop the share for 2 seconds, and I will start. No, hold on a minute. No, don't want that one. Just 1 second. I'm going to share my screen again. Now let's see if this works. Don't know why I've got that. Can you see this? Yes.
The same of like before.
It's like before, so it must be something to do with the full screen thing. I'll just move it up.
But before it was good for me. Agree with
Yeah,
you.
it should
For me
be.
too.
Could you see it? Could you see the 7 and 8?
It was better before.
In fact, I thought it would be. Okay, full screen mode. There
It's
we go.
okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
I was waving my hand because to cheer or to greet
okay.
is related to say hello to someone.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I wanted to mime
okay.
the meaning.
Okay. I don't know greeted, but I think it's not written like that. To say to greet, the greetings is not like that. I think there is one.
No, it is. It is.
It is? So it's greeting. So say hello.
Yeah, to greet, it's double E. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And the other one, cheered?
To cheer is tifare.
Tifare?
To cheer something. To cheer someone.
Okay. Like to be a fan.
Cheerleader.
Okay.
Okay, how are you doing? Have you finished?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, right. Let's just get rid of that stuff and okay. Okay, right. So let's have a look at this. So what have we got? I changed my glasses the other day and I'm still getting used to these. So I need to move the screen down a little bit maybe. Okay, so right, I'll tell you what, the best way of doing these is actually to read through them. Beatrice, can I ask you to start, please?
Okay. In the last 50 years, students attending one of the two universities in the city of Glenfield have opted to live in the suburbs rather than the center. However, the situation is now changing. Information just released shows there has been a loss in the number of students.
I put decent. Is it okay?
Descent?
Yes, is it?
Okay, the answer is drop.
The drop down.
Okay. No, right. Okay.
Okay. So there's been a drop in the number of students. Okay, keep going.
In the number of students living in the outskirts of the city, despite the fact that these areas have large numbers of old houses converted into shared flats, the sort of accommodation where students blown up to live.
No,
tend to live. I'm sorry. Tend to live. Yes, number three, tend to. Blown up is the next one.
Okay, right, that's fine. Okay, so Christina, can I ask you to carry on, please?
In contrast, the number of students living in the center of Glenfield has blown up, increasing by 35% over the last 3 years.
Okay, right.
Before you said it was beaten up. You said before.
Right. No. There. Okay. What we have here is we have four possible phrasals. Okay. So I'll just give me a chance to put these on the chat.
Yeah.
So let me find the chat and I'll open it. Right. So what have we got? We've got to beat up. Okay. We've got to fire up. We've got to blow up, okay, and we've got to shoot up. So this is past participle, shot up, okay. Right, so to beat up is to hit someone, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Bang.
Menare, if you like.
Yes.
Okay. To fire up. Now, this one you may or may not have heard.
It was when you said colpire. You were meaning
no. To fire up is to. It could be either.
The first beat up.
The first one. Colpire. Sì.
Colpire. Like menare. Okay.
Yeah, it actually menare is the closer meaning here. Okay. To fire up is to get excited about something. Get interested in something. Okay. It can be used literally in terms of starting a motor, starting an engine.
I was thinking like starting up.
It's literally because once upon a time on the trains, which ran on steam, they had to fire up the engine. They had to put coal into the engine to generate steam. Okay, so you fired up the engine. Yeah, you fired up the motor. Yeah,
like a fire, no? Like
It was literally because they literally had coal, carbone, which was burning under the steam apparatus, the steam generator. Okay. To blow up is fa saltare in aria, kaboom. Okay. And to shoot up is to increase rapidly.
Okay.
in this context, there's also another meaning which is not so nice. Okay, but in this context is to increase rapidly. So you can say, oh yeah, the number of houses in this area has shot up in the last 10 years. Yeah. The price of petrol has shot up this week. Yeah. Okay.
And maybe it's going to increase.
Oh yeah. Well, energy transition. Here we come. Let's not talk about the price of it, though. Okay, Christina, can you continue, please?
Gordon, was it right, blown up, or
no,
is
it's
it
shot up,
shot up,
because it's increase.
Shot up.
Okay, so the number of students living in the centre of Glenfield has shot up, increasing by 35%. Okay. So
the only two other. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I was thinking to read. Sorry.
Oh no!
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay, bye. Go.
The only two other areas of the city which saw a rise in the number of students living there were North Holt and Seaton, but the rises were small at just 2%. Accordingly, or effectively.
I put effectively.
Respectively.
Effectively, accordingly.
Sorry, Gordon, but excuse me, but is there full stop? Because otherwise,
yeah, I know. I'm looking at. I think there's a full stop there.
I think so.
Yeah. So.
But accordingly needs two or not? Accordingly,
no.
Glenfield, but there is a full stop, I think.
I would
respectively
say
should have to be a comparison. So
because
there's
because otherwise number 7 hasn't got any meaning. Number 7.
I think that it's respectively, but the rises were small at just 2% respectively.
But if you put respectively, you should have a comparison term, you know. I mean,
well, it is comparing. It's comparing to what's come before.
Okay.
But effectively doesn't work. Accordingly doesn't work. But the rises were small at just 2% comparatively. Doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right to me. So I'm going by exclusion. Okay. Right. Let's carry on.
No, but I mean that irrespectively in Italian when you say that.
Rispettivamente, sì, c'è una cosa.
There's another one. Yes.
Sì. No, I know. But this one is both. Well, okay.
So I thought effectively, like it is like not definitely, but actually.
Yeah, actually.
Actually, like in effetti.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't put it there in the sentence. I would say, but the rises were small, effectively small at just 2%.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't put effectively at the end of the sentence.
Okay, so it's not in the right order.
No, it's
yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's carry on. Okay, so Valentina, do you want to carry on reading here?
Yes, please. Glenfield Resident Association, which represents the interests of people who live in the area, have maybe cheered the trend.
Welcomed.
Okay.
Welcomed.
Okay. they have reported that the impact of students on the city center has generally been extremely positive, giving it fresh energy and lively atmosphere.
And a livelier atmosphere. Yeah, okay.
Lively.
Sorry, I'm getting cramp in my leg. Okay. Okay, right. So that's all right, I think. So another exercise here, which is about using the word that you are given to paraphrase. Okay, so you complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, but you must use the word given. You cannot change this word, and you have to use between 3 and 6 words, including the word given. Okay?
Excuse me, Gordon, but
Dimi?
I have to leave. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye,
Bye,
Beatrice.
everybody.
Bye.
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 See you next
Bye
time.
bye. Bye.
How you doing? You finished? Yes. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. So let me just open the chat to make sure I've got it ready. Okay. So number 2. Anybody?
I put something like the report considering the request for a house extension. I'm undecided between took the conclusion or kept the conclusion. I'm not sure about which verb is supporting the conclusion. So kept.
I chose got to the conclusion.
Got.
No.
Reach the conclusion.
Reached. Oh my God.
You reach a
Yes.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the report considering the request for a house extension.
The conclusion that
the conclusion
permission should not.
That. Okay.
Permission should not be given. Okay. What about number 3? Anybody?
I try, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason for growing up so rapidly? Growing up.
Okay. Right, let's just see.
What's the reason why?
You need the noun, but
Or the growth.
Okay, we're sort of getting there.
Yeah. I put what's the reason why there have been such a growth?
Now, what was the reason for the rapid growth of the city in the 19th century? Okay, what was the reason for the rapid growth of the city? Okay.
Is it correct to say the reason why in general, I mean?
Yes.
Which is
no, okay, so in this case, you would have to say, what was the reason why the city grew so quickly in the 19th century? But you can't, because you've got the rest of this to, you've already got.
I put, what was the reason why there have been such an extension of the city? But maybe it's too long.
Yeah, it's far too long.
yeah, okay.
Gordon, excuse me. Can you sometimes use the ing form instead of a noun? For example, growing up instead of growth, or not?
Okay, no, growing up here, no, because growing up is people and plants and things. Okay, to grow up is
in other sentences, for example, the ing form as a noun, no?
Yeah, I think you can. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I think you can. What was the reason for the?
For example, can you say something like the reason for calling me? Me?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, that works fine. What was your reason for calling me? Why did you call me?
Is it still a verb form? Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What about number 4?
I've written it took a long time. No, Kate's husband took a long time to be persuaded about. No.
Yeah, but you need this. You need this word. Okay, so this is where.
Could you say to come to the decision?
No, it's a bit more
it's
difficult.
Not
it's
to
a phrase,
reach the conclusion and to come to the decision. No.
Yeah, to come around to.
Okay.
To come around to something, which is to change your mind on something. Yeah.
Okay. So to come around to the decision, could you say that?
To come around to move. In this case, to come around to moving to the city. Okay. This is it's clearly this is these are phrasals, or this is a phrasal here. Okay. What about number 5? Well, this is difficult. This is difficult, this one.
Also the other ones for me.
No.
All of them.
I tell you, at this level, for the C1 level, these can be really nasty. Actually, they can be quite tricky, because you need to have a pretty good, let's say, a pretty good level of vocabulary, and it's that they are tricky. Okay, I'll put this one on the chat because it's probably easier to go through it and explain it. So there is much less congestion in the city centre now than there used to be. So the city centre is nothing like as congested as it used to be. Okay.
So is nothing?
Nothing like. It's nothing like as It's nothing like as congested. Yeah.
Okay. No, it's difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. This one is really tricky.
I would say like the city center is nothing as we were used to be, but no. Could you repeat the one is correct, please?
Okay, so the city center is nothing like as congested as it used to be. The construction here is like as. Okay.
Yeah. But is congested.
It's less congested. Okay, so the nothing negates the congestion. Yeah, so it's nothing like as congested as it used to be. In other words, it's not.
I don't understand the verb
compared to before.
Nothing like is congested.
No, nothing. It's on the chat. It's on the chat. So it's nothing like as congested.
As congested.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. It was like
nothing like as congested.
Yes.
Yeah.
As is normal, so it was not.
And it's
so good
the like. Okay. The like is the simile. Okay, the comparison thing. Yeah. Nothing
so
like.
So the problem is like, because as is normal. It's like the problem.
But it's part of this construction. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Jack is really in a very difficult situation at the moment. I don't envy him. Right. Okay. How about this one? So, I would hate
being in his shoes at the moment.
I would hate to be in his shoes at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I would hate to be in Jack's shoes. Okay, there's an extra in there. Okay, hate to be in Jack's shoes at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fine.
But it is also used in his shoes. I think about the film.
In
her shoes.
Yeah, because the thing is, the his would refer to a name that you're already talking about. Here, since you're essentially paraphrasing the thing, you could say his. I would tend to say Jack's shoes, simply because in this phrase I haven't already mentioned him. That's okay. I would hate to be in Jack's shoes. I would hate to be in his shoes, because it's just his just substitutes for Jack.
Yeah. So here is written, I would hate, but I would also say I wouldn't like to be in Jack's shoes at the moment.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to be in Jack's shoes. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the sentence is to be in the shoes of somebody.
Yeah, to be in someone's shoes.
Someone's shoes.
Okay. Right. Okay. So it's now it's now 7:30. Okay. So I think we can call it a day. So have a good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's all right, and maybe we'll see you again.